We should
Yeah.
start a cult. I mean, at this point, like, fuck it. Be our guest. Be our guest.
Put our service to the test.
Is that what they say?
I think, you know what? If I had to have a hot take, which I'm sure a lot of my takes are controversial, depending on the demographic you ask, I I may actually require my children to work in the service industry.
You have to. What do you mean? What do you mean? That
Okay,
is the
great.
craziest thing that you just said because what do you mean you might? I think it should be required learning.
Yes. Yes. Just like just like a standard practice when they my son the other day he's like, "Can my first car be a blah blah blah?" And I was like, "Maybe."
If you can afford it. If
Sure
you work
sure
hard
is
enough.
going to depend on what you save up, buddy.
If you're
Got
able to
11
buy that, you
years.
can do whatever you want.
Right, like it quite possibly could be. Start working now. No, but I mean, honestly, like my husband and I both worked in the service industry for a while. He like he was in the kitchen. Like he worked in a few different restaurant chains and like I was mostly front of house, which is also bad. Like it's all hard. Like it's all hard and I just think it's character building. It's good for you. Um why not? Anyway,
I think it should be required. It's you got to learn how to treat people, and if more people that are current politicians had worked in the service industry at some point in our life, maybe this country would be in a better place.
yeah. Yeah. Slinging french fries in the 11th hour of a campaign is not exactly service.
Wait, what? Are you mean literal French fries? Oh my God! Wait, do you know that that was fake? Are you talking about when Donald Trump was in Pennsylvania?
Well,
That whole
I
thing
mean,
was fake.
of
That
course,
whole thing was fake.
everything was fake.
They
Yeah, it was
hired
like
people. They
hand-selected
hired
people.
actors.
Yeah, of
The store was
course.
closed for so they could get the shots. He wasn't actually serving real customers. There was if look online. I'll try to find a picture and like put it. We'll like repost it on our socials. Um, but people went to the store to try to get served by Donald Trump, and there was a sign that was like, "We're closed for a photo shoot" or something. It said something.
Well, those are franchised, so I'm not surprised. Honestly, nothing should surprise me anymore. But anyway, what are you
No.
going to do? Hi.
What are you gonna do? Hi guys,
Hey,
welcome
welcome.
back.
Welcome back, everyone.
How are you feeling?
I barely feel anything,
I'm numb. I'm
which
numb to the
means
world.
the meds are working and
So are the drinks.
cheers until I find out that I can't support this company anymore.
Yeah, put that
Probably.
shit in a glass.
If I had glassware in my house right now, honestly, I have a tornado. I mean a toddler. But she is a tornado. I love her curiosity. I love that she wants to know what everything is and like the durability of it. She wants to test everything and it's see if it's shatterproof. And a lot of it isn't, I'll be honest. So right now my house is just kind of like Chernobyl. Um, Shit's everywhere. And
Yeah.
some of it is just it's unrecognizable. So I don't have glassware at this moment. I should put it in a styrofoam cup. Ooh, a
Not
solo
styrofoam.
cup.
Though. Not,
I know.
styrofoam's really bad for you. Plastic solo
Yeah.
cups are also bad, but it would be better than styrofoam, I think. The sustainability queen in me would love for you to not do styrofoam, please.
Oh my gosh. You know what we need? And please, everyone, please give us suggestions because I am like one good documentary away from joining a cult. Like, not a weird religious cult, but like live off the land, off the grid, away from people.
Same.
Like,
That's just a commune.
that
I feel like
sounds
it's a commune
pretty
unless
good.
you are like, what is the difference between a commune and a cult? I feel like
Plural marriage.
wanting to isolate you from your family members.
There's a few that I've already isolated myself from.
I went to a cult one time.
Oh my gosh. I know this. I know this about you. I'm so excited. There is a documentary about that cult.
Yeah, and you know what? They didn't do it justice. Like, it wasn't as big as I wanted it to
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
because that place is crazy.
But when her hair is that big, could anything ever quite hold a candle?
So, we're talking about if you guys have ever heard about the Remnant Fellowship or Gwen Shamlin. May she rest where
Where
she
she
is.
deserves.
Um, I worked down the street from there. Went to school. We both went to school around that area, a suburb of Nashville, and before I knew it, I worked with a lot of people that went there, and we were all young, high school, early college. Well, maybe throughout all
Yeah.
college.
Yeah.
And one day I found myself there. They invited me to go, so I went. And it was one of the most bizarre experiences I've ever seen. You can find information on Reddit. You can watch documentary on HBO. It's called The Way Down. And when I tell you that that shit is accurate, it is
Yeah.
what I experienced. It is what I saw with my own two eyeballs. It's wild. It was wild. I won't get into too much details, but if you guys want to hear about it, let me know. I don't
Yeah.
want to talk too much about that cult because we're going to get into talking about another cult today. This can't be the cult
Yeah.
episode, or maybe it
No.
can be the cult episode.
Little did I know that was just going to pop into my mind. But yeah, I forgot about that. I'm so glad you mentioned that.
We
Yeah.
should start a cult. I mean, at this point, like, fuck it.
Yeah. Are there tax benefits? Because at this point,
Well, Scientology, I think, is also a cult, and they. Oh my gosh! Wait, you guys. Okay, I have a question. So, I have multiple email addresses, and I've had one email address that I do not use, because it just isn't my main email address. It was a backup for a long time, but it has too much information in it. It's like first, middle, initial, and like all of my last name. And I'm like, you know what? Like, we don't need to know all of that about me, especially with like the leaks and the hacks and like I don't need all of that. So I've had this backup email account for quite some time and I don't really use it. And I logged into it the other day because I was like, girl, you have too many email addresses. You've got to organize this shit.
same.
I have gone on too many different like, business ventures. And the first thing I do is create a new Gmail account. And then I'm like, then nothing happens. I'm like, okay, relax. I got to organize my email account. And so I log into this email account for the first time in maybe a year. And I see a lot of emails that I know I have not signed up to. One was from Sam's, but it wasn't just like marketing emails. It was like, here's your receipt. One was from something in Minnesota. One was from something else. Like things that I hadn't even heard of. And I was like, what is going on? And then one of them was from a cell phone company. And it said, like, this email address is no longer associated with this phone number. And the email address that it listed was my same email address, but it was missing the numbers at the end. And so I think that someone else with my same initials and last name is going around and either purposely or non-purposely, I'm not going to accuse this person of anything, signing up for things and forgetting to include the numbers at the end of her email address, and it's going to my email address. And so I went from 0 to 100, and I cleaned all that shit out, and then the next day I got more emails, the next day I got more emails, and I was like, you know what? Fuck this, and I signed her up for Scientology emails.
whoa, I didn't see that coming.
I really went from 0 to 100. I'm sure all of this was like unintentional, but you know what? If I have to suffer, she has got to suffer too. Someone somewhere, I think, signed me up for my personal actual main email address for Marsha Blackburn emails. And so I feel like this is my karma because I certainly never signed up for Marsha Blackburn emails.
You know what's funny is pre-internet, like spam, there used to be these little like sign-up boxes at like Pizza Hut and Domino's and stuff as you're checking out, and you could like fill out, it was like those little tear-off cards, and you could put your name like, I'd like more information, or like donate to Shriners or whatever, join our mailing list. And there was one for like World Gym or something ridiculous, and And I don't know why, but like our fourth grade brain was like, we should sign up our least favorite teacher, like our most like straight nose teacher. And he, all we did was like we put his name on there, but then we knew the school phone number. And so we put like the school phone number on there. Sorry, Mr. Brickner. But I honestly, like as an adult looking back, he was probably like, you know, these damn kids think I'm so straight laced, but he probably like went to ACDC concerts like in the summer. I don't know. I don't know his life. But he was like the band director and he always seemed like very by the book. And we're like, oh, this will be so funny.
I bet he was a solid 25 and you guys thought he was ancient. And he
Yeah,
absolutely was at an
exactly.
AC/DC concert.
I do think he was like prematurely gray because he had like salt and pepper hair. But he was like a great teacher. He was a good, like, there was nothing wrong with him, but we were just like, this will be so funny. We'll really get him.
Wow, your school was much different than mine. I remember in 8th grade, someone put dry erase board cleaner in someone's water bottle and he was carted off to jail. That was the first time I ever saw someone get arrested.
Oh my
So signing up people
goodness.
for different emails from Pizza Hut seems very tame.
Very tame. Oh my god. Dry erase cleaner? I mean, Visine alone is like a super laxative,
Oh
but
no, that you like they should tell more people about that. Like you will shit your pants with a single drop of Visine in
yeah.
your water bottle.
Oh my
Don't do it.
god.
It's like it's not even a funny prank.
I don't dislike anyone that much that I have access to. So I would not do that. Um, an aside, did you see that there was a shooting at Antioch High School?
I almost texted you. I
Yeah.
should have. I should have, but I got a call at that same moment to talk about
But
something else.
still, with the dumpster fire of the world, who
And it
knows?
was what the day after Donald Trump rolled back the Department of Gun Safety at the White House. How fun. Fun times, guys.
You know what? We can't keep kids safe in the classroom, but we can take them to see the Gulf of America.
I refuse. In the same way I refuse to call Twitter X, I will never say call it the Gulf of America.
Okay, also on the like X, Twitter, email thing, I have not been on that platform in more than a decade. I have not tweeted, I haven't X'd, I haven't anything. However, in my primary email address, I keep getting notifications and it'll be like new sign in or here's your code, and I'm like too scared to open it because I think it's a phishing attempt, but I also don't have any way to like go to the platform and be like, is somebody tweeting as me, is someone
Wait,
like,
I think we can figure that out. I think if it's still connected to your email, we can reset your password and get you in there and deactivated.
I would love to do. So I tried that when I was like job hunting a while back, and it was chaotic. It was messy, and I think that I even sent you a couple things where I'm like, who let me who let me have access to the internet? These are inside thoughts. Like
We
these
used
are
to be
diary
so
thoughts.
unhinged on the
Yeah.
internet back when you still had access to your Twitter. I think when
Mm.
you still had access to Twitter, we would still post our weekend's worth of photos to our Facebook. There was a new photo album for
Yeah,
every
it was an
weekend.
album. It was an album. Yeah. It literally, and there are things about what what millennials get shit on about is like that we don't have this filter and we're just like chuggy and we're like, ah, we overshare and we have these things. We were not born with the internet. Like
No,
we have evolved with this
no.
meme culture and in that have become memes ourselves. And Gen Z is going to find out. They are going to find out so hard when Gen Alpha comes along and they're like,
Gen Alpha's coming for
ew.
them.
Yeah. Like, why would you slap your hand over your mouth? Like,
Right,
that's stupid.
right.
Because it is. But also, they just happen to be young and hip right now. But the shit that I would just post out of nowhere, or like I posted it to my wall, but would like tag someone before they had like individual walls. It would just be like, how's it going at so and so? And it's like,
Do you
no.
remember having people tag you in photos before you were even allowed to approve? And if you even
Yeah.
wanted that on the internet,
Hmm.
like you had no
Hmm.
say. It was just,
Yeah.
it's on the internet
Yeah.
now.
I used to just like take my account. I would just like deactivate for a couple days, be like, I hope no one saw that. I was not, but I would do that because it was like the photo was taken from my bad angle. And now here I am on the internet without makeup on.
The fact, this is how I know that Gen Alpha is coming for Gen Z, because they don't understand what it is like to be on the internet with blurry pictures, shit that you had to print out at Walgreens and then
Hmm.
scan and then
Yeah.
upload.
Yeah.
They don't understand what it's like to have a top 8. That level of just unhingedness and savageness, they could never handle. They could never handle it. They could never handle having their friends rank them publicly on social media.
Ranking your
Never.
friends. And then there'd be these like chain mails on, do you remember that? You had an inbox on MySpace and it would always be these like weird chainmail things that would be like, you just landed on Mars. The first person in your yeah,
I
it
don't
was
think I was
weird.
involved in that.
Or it would ask like really weird questions. And I remember what like there was no reason for me to post those like get a diary, girl. Like I really needed to just write it out
Well, we
somewhere
did. It was called
and not
Live
share it.
Journal. That was also
I
public. Everything was public.
I know. I wish that I had a live journal because I was not cool enough for that. And then Tumblr sort of then was a thing. I tried to tumble in the early 2010s and I just couldn't keep up with it.
I don't think that you say I used to tumble.
I was a Tumblr.
I don't think
No.
that's it.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
I used to think that I could be a poet and I would post poetry to LiveJournal. I wish I knew what my name would have been.
Mm. I'm sure we could come up with a few
But here's the thing, I
options.
started a website like middle school, on Excite or GeoCities. Maybe I had more than one
Oh,
website.
GeoCities for sure.
But like that was before the internet. There was a time where you could remove things from the internet and they would be gone forever. The
Yeah.
websites that I created on an Excite and GeoCities are gone. I've tried to find them. I've tried to look at through archives. It's gone. It's gone. That was before we started really archiving everything, unfortunately, because that was probably the hottest of messes. And also my MySpace page. I went through proactive efforts in college to figure out how to log back into my MySpace, take all of the pictures down, all of the posts, and then delete that shit so it was removed from the internet. But now I kind of regret it.
Mm.
I can only imagine what that shit was like. The amount of time I spent trying to figure out HTML coding to
The
put.
way that I could code my page to like have a background, play the song, but I just spent how many minutes looking for a Google Sheet before we find it? Like I'm dead ass. I feel so old.
Do you
I
remember
knew
when
it was here somewhere.
we were just talking about
Could
it?
I share it for myself?
Do you remember when Justin Timberlake tried to bring back MySpace?
He bought it, didn't he?
And then what happened?
I don't know.
Is it because he played Sean Parker for 5 minutes in the social network and then really got like an ego
Clearly,
boost?
clearly, that's why. What's Tom doing these days?
Minding his billionaire ass
Good,
business.
good for him.
I
He
feel like
wasn't
there
at
are
the inauguration.
there
That's for
are
damn sure.
two routes that a social media creator could have gone in. One is Tom from MySpace, and if you don't know who he is, that's probably by design. And the other is Mark fucking Zuckerberg.
Yeah,
A mess.
Zuckerberg.
What do you think's going on with him? Like, I feel like a year ago he got some black friends and we were like, why are you wearing this chain and this oversized tee and making songs with T-Pain? And now all of a sudden he's like at the inauguration talking about we need to be more masculine in corporate America again. What's going on over there? I think he's going through a midlife crisis.
He's going through a midlife crisis. I mean, the only good in this transformation is that he actually has a hair care routine now, and I can appreciate a good wash day curl, but I really don't like him. I don't like him. I
Not
don't
Mark
think he's
Zuckerberg using his diva curl, getting his hair care routine on.
seriously. Hey, but the difference is astonishing.
It's because
I
he's a
don't know.
black friend now, and someone told him he
Right.
needed to have
Someone was
these
like,
curls be
"Listen,
popping. Who
you
was
are
he hanging
so
out with?
dehydrated. Your curls are porous. Like this is what they turned him onto something. I don't know if he's plopping or what, but
He was on a good. He could have been cool. 6 months ago, we would have been like, yeah, you're invited to this cookout. But now, what happened? You were so nerdy. A year ago, we weren't even paying attention to you. You were an asshole buying land in Hawaii for your bunker.
right.
Then you got new black friends, and you were kind of becoming cool. And now you're this. I don't really understand.
I think that for someone like me, it's hard to fathom how much money influences power.
Yeah.
Like it's a concept, but I'm not faced with that dilemma. I don't have all of these resources and imminent wealth that's at risk or, you know, by design something that could be threatened or blackmailed. I don't know. I don't know, but I can only imagine why some people are kissing the ring in the way that they are.
Speaking of blackmail, what kind of blackmail do you think Donald Trump has on Snoop Dogg? Because 4 or 5 years ago, Snoop Dogg was talking shit about people who perform at Donald Trump's inauguration or anything having to do with him, called him Uncle Tom's, called them
He sure
shucking and
did.
driving. And now, lo and behold, here comes Snoop Dogg doing the same thing he was just talking about a few years ago. And I want to also know what happened and what they have on you, sir. And Snoop Dogg can't
Honestly,
be out of money because you know he be doing anything. He's overseas doing all sorts
I
of shit.
know. Him and Martha, like, I
Right.
don't know. But honestly, unless he comes out and makes a statement, he's like, listen, I donate 100% of those proceeds to the ACLU or whatever, like, I, I don't know. I don't know.
I think
I'm
it's
in no
blackmail. I
position.
think
Yes, I know. But then, like, here's the thing. I'm so, like, conspiracy adjacent because there's also all these people that were like, the fires were planned. Like the fires were planned. Where there is smoke, there is fire. There's no coincidences. Diddy said there's more people. Blah blah blah. There's no evidence now. It's all burned. Da, da, da. I'm like, that's a lot of fucking people. But then you also have like I don't know. I
wait,
don't
there are
know
people out there saying
shit.
that the fires were started on purpose to burn the evidence that Diddy had
Yeah.
against all of Hollywood.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah. That's a lot of people.
I mean,
And there's a lot of people that are not in show business that have suffered. So,
I do think that Diddy was involved with a lot of people doing
mm-hmm,
also bad things.
mm-hmm,
But did
mm-hmm.
they set the fires? I mean, I don't know. We'll never know. Will we ever know?
We will never know. We'll never know.
If you I don't know that I could wrap my head around doing something bad. I mean, maybe if you're a bad enough person to be doing what Diddy was doing and joining him in that, maybe you are a bad enough person to really fuck up the lives of like complete strangers and like hundreds of thousands of people and burn it all down. I mean, it's hard for me to wrap my head around that because I couldn't even fathom any of it. But I guess if you're
Literally,
that bad, you're
yeah.
that bad.
It's collateral damage,
Yeah.
right? And it's self-preservation. And when you get in this position of power, like I don't know because you're faced with that. Look at Scandal. Look at How to Get Away with Murder. What we really need is for
B613.
yes.
I actually no longer believe that B613 is real because I used to really think that there was something. I don't anymore. They would have done something. That
Yeah,
was a terrible
well,
wing.
was that a wink?
No, who knows?
I was trying to teach my kid how to. I'm too animated, and my when I'm able to, you bitches watch out. When I'm able to get Botox again, just
Well, you know my secret power. I don't have Botox.
Genetics? I know.
But
What do you
sometimes
mean?
sometimes it does. Like see like right here,
Yeah.
like a little bit.
But at least you can emote. Like you can animate your face without having a musical staff.
Well, your forehead is
I
normal. I'm trying to say my forehead is not normal in a good way. I am a unicorn. You are normal.
don't want to be normal. I want to be full of disport.
Well,
I
babe,
want to be
you don't got that
smooth.
melanin like I
I
do.
do not. I do. I
Sucks for you.
do be cracking. I will. I am constantly aging like milk.
I do be cracking is a crazy thing to say, and I feel like pistachios. Did I say that right? Pistachios.
Nope. First time. First time was right.
Pistachios. I've always said spis. I'm editing that out because
Yeah.
now I'm embarrassed. But I feel like pistachio brand is gonna come after you because isn't there? Who says let's get cracking?
Is that their thing? Do you remember when Khloe Kardashian did a whole like who advertises for just like a food group? You know, do you remember that?
No.
Oh my god, Khloe motherfucking Kardashian. Oh god, now Chris is gonna come after us. Khloe Kardashian.
We can't have Chris and Lisa Vanderpump mad at
No.
us. Like it's over.
Pistachio commercial.
Really?
Oh, it was her and Lamar. 2012.
Wow. What a time.
What a time. See, this is Gen Z doesn't understand like the pioneer days of the internet.
Yeah.
When Kim was out there hustling some Skechers shape ups, Chloe popping pistachios in
Remember
Lamar's
the
mouth.
days where Skechers could afford Kim Kardashian sponsorship?
The days that Kim Kardashian needed a Skechers sponsorship.
Yeah.
And Chris was in there with her too. She's like, I'm 60 and I'm shaping it up. And now she's like 80 and looks better than me because I do be cracking.
In photos. In photos. In
That's
photos.
true.
In
That's
person,
true.
though. You know?
Is she ever really ever in person? Is it just AI that was it like a projection that we're all seeing?
She's a
Mirage?
Chris Jenner is a hologram this whole time.
Oh my god.
I saw a picture of her not too long ago at like a party, and she looked great. She looked her age, or even like 5 or 10 years younger.
love
But she
that.
certainly didn't look like a 40-year-old, which she shouldn't. She's like 70, and she looked great. But yeah, the Chris Jenner that we see online is not the Chris Jenner that people see in Hollywood in
No.
person.
Not in person. The most I can find is Get Kraken, and that was from 2016 for Pistachio when they
So
launched it.
Pistachio, call us. I know that this is not how the Office of Trademark works, but I would like to officially trademark I be cracking for
Kraken.
No But Seriously LLC.
We can do it. That's our first sponsorship. Oh my god.
Call us, babes.
Also, Skechers, we know you don't have Kim Kardashian money anymore, and that's okay. But you do have No But Seriously money, and it spends real well right here.
Skechers, I think do I have a pair of Skechers? I think maybe I had one pair of Skechers, and like no one ever believed that they were Skechers, and I was like, wow, I'm just not going to tell people because like they the best thing that they've ever done was hide their logo from their shoes
Yeah.
because they are comfortable.
They are. I think it might have been my senior year of high school. I had the like platform white sneaker. They like kind of looked like Keds, but they were also like, they were like platforms, but they were all white, sort of canvas, and they didn't have the logo on them. And I would wear those on days that I wore like skirts, and when I wore pants, I would wear my K Swiss, my all white K Swiss.
Yeah, all white K Swiss was hot.
Oh yeah. If you didn't have 3 stripes, there needed to be 5.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? It's either Adidas or K Swiss, because if you had 4 stripes, get that Walmart shit out of
Yeah,
here.
gotta
Everyone
get up, gotta
knows.
go.
Everyone knows.
The Adidas,
Knock off.
the all white K Swiss, those Timberlands that aren't like the butter Timberlands that we see now, and then also the Birkenstock Bostons
Yes.
were hot like 20 years
So
ago.
hot.
And then they came,
So
I was
hot.
flabbergasted when those shoes like made a comeback a couple
Yeah.
years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. Except I grew up in the Midwest, so I had those Bostons, and then the entire back, like a half crescent moon, would just be soaked, just sloppy wet from like walking, because I didn't wear. You're in high school. You're not going to wear snow boots. Who wears snow boots? I'm wearing my fucking Bostons. You kidding me? And it would be like slush from the street and the sidewalk and like whatever salt they put down, and they would just get like so discolored. I'm like, it's cool. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. But I'm still wearing them, so I'm cool. And probably no coat, because who
No
does that?
coat, and then like flared jeans, and like of course because it was raining or snowing, the water wicked all the way up halfway your calf, and they were ripped on the bottom.
Yes.
What a vibe.
Yes. Who wanted a seam? You don't need seams on
Please.
the bottom of your pants.
Please.
Faster they'll rip. God, let's bring it all back. Just
No,
kidding. It is.
maybe not the K-Swiss. Well,
I don't think they are still. Are they still a company?
I don't know. Our all-white K-Swiss are the current Gen Z's grandpa lawnmower New Balances, because they do look kind of similar.
They.
Chunky for no reason.
You know what? When I got my first like service job, speaking of which, a little callback to the beginning of the episode, I went and got the all black K-Swiss because I was like, these are comfortable, they're super cool. This
That is
is
such a
great.
service job, service worker's job.
So
Those non-stick black K-Swiss.
I really thought I ate. That was for you, Gen Z.
Wow.
I ate.
I didn't have any
No
of those. I had
problems.
roller skates.
You did though.
I still have them somewhere.
That's so cool. I need you to have a roller skating birthday party this year.
In fact, I might go look, and I know I've said this like 4 times on different episodes, but I would be willing to bet, knowing the layout of my house and the amount and or lack of storage that I have, I bet that Tommy Pickles backpack are where my skates are. Like there, I don't know where else I would put either one of those
They
things.
are together hidden. First, you say lack of storage. You have a, not giving anything away here, but like you have a pretty decent size house for.
No, but there's no storage. Like I store things
But
in
you
a
have so
bedroom
many
closet.
rooms. Still, you have multiple bedrooms and stuff to just put it all. I store things on beds. Like I'm like, that's the laundry room. Like, why is there a crib in there? I'm like, well, it's also a nursery, but like we just keep laundry in there, so don't worry about that. Ugh. We actually have a guy coming tomorrow to do like upholstery cleaning and our staircase because that's all I want to pay for right now. But anytime we have like someone that has to come in for something, we had our everything breaks because yay, home ownership. So we had to like replace a water heater recently, and I was like, oh sorry, don't mind the house, we live here. Like there was no, oh we just had a party, or like it's the holidays. I was like, sorry about the house, it's where we are, it's where we live. Like like I said, my daughter's a tornado, but like honestly, I remember growing up hearing like, oh, you know, like you have to clean up before anyone like peeks through the window, and I'm like, honestly, it's just gonna look like this in a few minutes anyway. So if you don't like it, you probably should not come here for like 3 to 6 years.
I do try to have my house look like no one lives here when I can.
Yeah,
When
no,
people
I
come
get
over, for
that.
sure.
I get that.
Sterile and uninviting.
Millennial gray everywhere.
Actually, I am trying to get out of my millennial gray because I really fucked
Good.
up my shit a couple years ago. And I knew, I like leaned into the millennial gray, and I was like, this is who I am. Gray. Gray like my heart, gray like my soul. I don't like people. Fuck it. But now I'm like, oh my gosh, I hate this. So now I'm going to redo my house.
Yeah, lots but you are so good at DIY. Like you're so good at actually, but that's because you have a fix-it dad.
I do have a fix-it dad. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
I did not.
He's got to come over to my house and help me fix some stuff this week, actually.
So when he comes to help you, you say he's going to help you fix some stuff this week. Is he going to physically do it? Is he going to show you how? Do you guys do it together? Does he say, here's who you need to call? Like, what does that look like? Because I don't have this experience.
So my dad knows how to fix everything. I'm convinced. When growing up, the only time I ever saw anyone ever come over to the house to fix something was when we had to get a new roof installed. He could not do that by himself.
Yeah, no, it's like a two-man job.
That literally is the only thing. Everything else, I'm convinced he knows how to do, or he at least convinces me, and maybe it's broken, but I don't know any better.
Fake it till you make it.
I've gotten to a point where I tell him, we have the same conversation and then argument every single time, where I say, I want to learn, you tell me, you direct me, please.
I'll do it.
And then I either am going too slow, or I'm a perfectionist and I want things to be right but also look right, and he doesn't care really how things look.
It looks.
So I'm like, no, I need the screws to be all screwed in going the right direction, or I need the paint to like really line up with the thing that we just took off. And he's like, Katrina, blah 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 blah.
It's done.
It's done. And
Yeah.
so like we get into like not a real argument, but he's just like, ugh, let me do it. And then I have to be stuck holding the flashlight and being the person that holds the screws in my hand. And I'm like, this is actually not what I wanted to do. I don't want you to do this for me, but if you can help me do it myself, let me learn. And so I told him that I need a new garbage disposal. My garbage disposal is leaking. And I said, okay, Dad, I want to learn how to do this plumbing because I think that it's important to know how to do some plumbing stuff.
It is.
I want to do it, and you're going to walk me through it, right? And he said, yes, we should all take bets on what's actually going to happen. I will check in a week.
You know what is going to happen, though? You are going to get a new garbage disposal, and this is a fresh opportunity to get rid of any like tiny little larvae that are remaining from your mosquitoes.
There's not any. Don't you dare even put that on me.
You thought they might be living in your garbage disposal. Now they're going to be gone for good.
No, gross. It's too cold outside for mosquito larvae to be anyways. And if they try to come back in the spring,
I don't know.
If they try to come back in the spring, it's over for them. Like, ugh, gross.
Like the whole species, it's just over for them.
If I could, I would. What is the purpose of a mosquito? Please tell me. What is the one reason to have a mosquito around? One reason.
Through
No.
the dinosaur genes.
No.
From the old man.
No. Fuck that Jurassic Park shit. Fuck those mosquitoes. There's no reason for them at all other than Zika virus. The only reason that mosquitoes are around is for natural, what's it called? Natural selection.
Yep.
I'm convinced there's no other reason for them.
I mean, honestly, I don't know. Same with cockroaches. I don't understand where they are in the animal kingdom. Like, what's the hierarchy and why do we need them?
Do you believe that cockroaches and shrimp are the same? Because I'm really upset about that. It really upsets me when people say that. Some people say that shrimp are the cockroach of the ocean.
So cockroaches are delicious?
No, gross.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, I heard, oh my God, actually, this might be proving the point that I'm trying to not make. But I did hear, I think it is, if you are allergic to shellfish, you're also allergic to cockroaches. So maybe they are kind of related.
Yuck.
Isn't that gross?
That's so gross. Oh my gosh, that's...
I saw a cockroach on a dog walk like 2 blocks from my house the other day. And when I tell you I came straight home and cleaned, I was like, not in my neighborhood, not in my neighborhood, not in my neighborhood. How dare you? How dare you? Not in this neighborhood.
No, I do know that they like have some sort of like dander basically that they test for, because I've had multiple children have to get tested for allergies, and they do it in this like weird pronged thing, and they like put it on the back, and there's like 19 different things on there. That's a weird number. It's probably 20.
Are they allergic to things?
My children are, my biological children that I currently have in my home are not allergic to cockroaches. Corrigan had some random ones, but some of the foster kids we've had through the years have lit up like you're supposed to when there's things that come through, which is helpful. But like when they said cockroaches, I was like, what? There's like a whole category for that.
Wow. My dad, we always used to say that he's allergic to exactly 100 different things, because I do think that he's allergic to a lot. But he always would tell us that he's allergic to dogs, and that's why we could never have a dog. But
Sure.
that motherfucker comes to my house a lot
All the
and has
time,
never
right?
heard a single sneeze, not a single achoo out of his mouth when my dog's around. So,
Her name is literally Pepper. If he was gonna sneeze, it would be around Pepper.
right, not a sniffle. So we don't know actually
That's
if he's
wild.
allergic to 100 different things.
All been a lie.
I'm sure he for sure was like, fuck these kids and fuck those dogs. I'm not
Yeah.
bringing a dog into this
'Cause
house.
the four of them are gonna take care of him.
Right.
It'll be on me.
Right.
So I gotta fix everything. I gotta take care of these fucking dogs.
He was
Okay,
working, honey.
Speaking of lies, we need to talk about all the lies that the influencers told as TikTok went away.
Yeah, catch me up. I only really know about a couple of them.
Okay.
But I know that like now that TikTok was back after 12 hours, people are now being like,
Oh, I was just kidding. I was
Yeah,
kidding.
yeah.
I was kidding. So here's my take. I think everyone knew TikTok was coming back. And if it wasn't coming back, there was some other outlet, right? Like weeks. People spent weeks being like, and if TikTok goes away, make sure you follow me on
yeah.
blah, 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 blah. Patreon, YouTube, whatever. Like
Your
they've all been doing
existence
that.
didn't cease to like exist
No.
when TikTok went away. We would still remember who you are.
We'd remember. And there were a few people that like I didn't follow early on, and I'm like, there was this woman, and she like did this thing, and I can't remember because I didn't follow those people back then. I wasn't like real follow happy in 2020, and thank God for that. But also, I've lost track of some of these people. In 2024, 2025, if you are following people, you know who they are, like whatever. So leading up to that, they're acting like, oh my gosh, if it's banned, follow me here. But then on the last day, everyone was using that, God, was it the Family Guy sound or whatever? It's like, since we're all going to die, I have one last thing. And so then they came out with these secrets, right? And they're like, the relationship was never real.
Who said that?
It was never fake. The blah, blah, Haley Bailey, I think.
Who the fuck is Haley Bailey?
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
Was she the girl with the
with
ice?
it.
All I know is people were mad at the girl with the ice. But
You
also
can't-
Haley Bailey.
Yeah.
She has a cute apartment in New York. She's got that apartment with that big window.
Yes, she does. She's living the life, but she's also unbothered. So, like, I knew that any of the confessions she was going to come with, like, that is her lore. She's always like, oh, yeah, look over here. Psych, blah, blah, blah. That's just what she does.
Oh, to be unbothered like that, I could only imagine.
Shh. But again, I think there's a little money. There's like a little money involved with being able to not care that much. I do expect. I think this is how John Dillinger may have talked.
I
back
don't
in the
know
day.
what
I
is
don't
going
know.
on with this.
I don't know. But
The 19 you do
this is
certainly
why.
sound like you're about to go into a speakeasy and wear a flapper dress.
This is why, because people were coming for Michaela, which
What was her confession?
so here's the thing. Michaela is really going through something right now, and she's been very forthcoming with that. Like, her holidays were not good, everything, and she's been really transparent. And then people come and they're like, then be real about the accent, because that's not real. Like, you are like, anyone from Boston doesn't sound like that, whatever. So they were like, really, Michaela making a video in her real accent would be like epic. Like, people are, especially in the like TikTok gossip subreddit. Yeah. So there were a lot of people that were like so up in arms. There's a girl, Kaylee May, who she's very aesthetic. She does all the different kinds of ice and all this. And she was like, I don't always use the ice, or I never use this, something like that. Now her and several other influencers are backpedaling. They're like, I didn't mean I like waste all these things, or I didn't mean I don't use it all the time. Like,
Did they think that TikTok would go away and like, wait, hold on. Did they think that like no one would quickly hit download or like share and that like our memories would go away when TikTok went away? Like, what is
it's not Men in Black, like look into the pen. But that's what I'm saying. Like, all of these had to be calculated. Everything is calculated, right? Even if you're saying, since it's going away, blah. I understand that the algorithms are different. They're different now than they were a week ago.
we
2
can't
weeks
trust
ago.
TikTok anymore.
We can't
It's not the
trust
same.
anything.
It's very uncanny valley on
Meta,
TikTok now.
Meta, especially. But in those 18 hours, everybody was like, Reels isn't the same. I hate Reels. Like, bring TikTok back, which TikTok, there was the before TikTok and there's the now TikTok. And you have to finally craft your algorithm for what you want it to be. And even then, you have to watch it because you might be unfollowing people that you wanted to follow. You might be following people on Meta that you never wanted to follow. You don't know. But it's crafted, it's manufactured, and I think people are starting to see that even more so because it's like, ooh, I got this tea, I got these confessions. Did you? Or did you get exactly what they wanted you to get out of that? Because now you're intrigued, now you're following more, now you're watching for the apology, for the this or
I mean,
that.
now we're talking about him.
We are talking about.
I didn't know Haley Bailey's name 10 minutes ago, and now I do.
Their palms. Yeah, I know. It's so interesting because, again, I think it's like a manufactured controversy in certain sense where it's like, I hope the worst thing someone could ever say about me is like, that bitch didn't use the ice.
Well, speaking of thinking about other
it.
people, the one that I did see for sure was Kit Keenan. Is that how you say it? From The Bachelor?
I don't know her.
Kit Keenan was someone on The Bachelor, and she was pretty popular before she got on The Bachelor. And she was accused of not being on there for the right reasons and wanting to be on there to gain more of a following. And her confession was that was true. It turned out I wasn't on there for the right reason. That was the only one of the only ones that I saw. I saw that one. I saw the one about the ice, and then I saw a lot of people talking about it, but I don't think I saw the others. The other thing that she did, though, and I don't know if it was before TikTok left or when it came back, but she was like, let me tell you some other shit about these other people, and I'm gonna get all of this shit wrong. Please, like, go look, find it for yourself. Maybe we will repost it if it's still up. But she was like, so and so and so and so isn't really dating. So and so gets this much money for a post. This person isn't living where they tell you they are. And I was like, oh my god, she's like really spilling the tea on other people, which I thought was like interesting. I would never do it. That's not my business. But
But I'd love to
it.
Listen. I will watch the shit out of that. Don't let me be in that. Don't tell any of my shit.
What would be your confession? And I know that like we haven't shared a lot of things on the internet, so like maybe it wouldn't be exact. But like if you, what would be embarrassing to share? I guess I wouldn't. Let's not even answer that because I wouldn't want to share it right now.
Okay, then I want to answer.
Moving on. Can we talk about the inauguration? Because I have questions.
I have a lot of questions because I saw nothing. So go for it.
Here are the things that I saw.
Yeah.
Do you remember Tiffany Trump? Because I forgot all about her.
Oh, yeah. Tiff. What's she up to? Did she get married?
In fact, I do think she got married. In fact, I have not seen a lot of the Trump children this entire race.
Yeah.
Where have they been? And what conversation do you think happened for them to be like, Eric, shut your mouth? And for him to listen. What do you think happened?
Money. It's always money, right? Mm-hmm. Like, do you want your allowance? Shut the fuck up. Also, was Barron there? Because I have not seen or heard, other than the suitcase, I haven't seen or heard anything from him.
You guys, that's fucking propaganda.
Thank you so much. Absolutely, it was propaganda. The timing, it's so endearing. Is it? Why are we talking? Okay. But seriously, where is he? Was he there?
I did see a video of Barron being there. It wasn't at the inauguration, but it was, maybe he was, Trump was speaking and he was talking about something stupid. And it was either the Gulf of America, or he said something, we're going to do something. And in the background, Barron rolled his eyeballs. He did.
Was he on ketamine too?
I'll try to see if I can send it to you. He was not rolling his whole head like Elon was.
Like, okay.
Resetting his Wi-Fi. Just kidding. He was on drugs.
Yeah, he was buffering. Like, what the Okay, but is Barron legally an adult? Like, can
we make fun of him yet?
Make fun of him without repercussions?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
Barron turned 18 last March.
Oh, that's wonderful for me and my conscience.
Also, he looks just like his father. Also, he's 6'7".
Yeah, he's so tall. I don't think there's a suitcase that has a long enough arm handle for him. But So will he be living in the White House or not? He didn't really live there before, right?
Oh yeah,
Melania's
and they
like,
said it was
we'll
for school.
commute.
What do you think their reason's going to be this year? Because you know Melania hates that man, and that's why she wore that hat. Because he couldn't kiss her. He couldn't. She couldn't do it. He couldn't get close enough. And I'm convinced she did that shit on purpose.
That reminds me of when I would intentionally dance like an a hole at the club. I would just be like, oh, yeah, you want to come up and dance with me? I'm just all of a sudden going to do these weird moves where you can't grind on me
That's so funny.
without consent. Yeah, I've never cared what I looked like in that sense. But anyway,
Oh my god,
uh,
wait. Oh, you just reminded me why I hate the club, because men would just come up to you and rub their
yes.
penis on your butt, and you
Yeah.
would have to be like, "Girls, is he cute? Is he cute?" I'm so glad we're not doing that anymore. Gross.
Yeah, it's awful. It's awful.
Also, speaking of weird dance moves, why was Donald Trump on stage with the Village People doing his dance that was not the YMCA? Why, when they sing the YMCA, are they not doing the YMCA? Also, why were they there? Also, number two, the Village People were singing YMCA in the 70s. So the people I saw on stage, shucking and jiving, singing the YMCA, cannot possibly be the original Village People. Are these
No.
like decoys? Do they just like swap them out like Menudo?
Okay, in 2017, Victor Willis returned to the Village People as a lead singer, revamped the group. I don't know. I guess if you have like one original member, you can call it. You can call it the same thing. I don't know.
I also feel like, wasn't it? I don't know when it was, but wasn't it a few years ago when he was singing Macho Man and they were like, "No, sir." So like, also, what happened between then and now? Now they're performing. What happened?
I'm gonna say money again.
Fucking money.
I know it's a theme, but I just feel very strongly that it's money or power, but also money and power. I think people are finding that they have to have proximity to one or the other if they want to continue to exist. And when we all are looking around going, 48% of us, like what? And we just have to live among it. I think some people are snooping it out. They're like, self-preservation, I'm gonna get the paycheck or
Yeah.
whatever. And because when's the last time you heard the Village People perform live? When's the last time you heard about their headlining tour?
But I feel like surely every DJ at a retirement party plays Macho Man or YMCA. They've got to be making at least a little bit of royalties. A little bit of royalties.
That's really fair.
And I mean, they should have invested. Maybe they should have invested their money in the 70s. If they invested in Apple.
Really, like, pulled themselves up by their bootstraps and stop eating so much avocado toast. Fuck,
And stop going to
Village
Starbucks
people.
and getting coffee every
Oh my
morning. They would have
God,
been fine.
You don't need a Trent. Listen, Victor Willis. We've all been there.
Fuck you, Victor Willis.
So hard. Macho Man.
Fucking asshole. The way that you completely flip-flopped from not letting this man play Macho Man to performing on stage with him. Why was Donald Trump on stage with them?
Was he doing this dance?
Yes. Yes, he was.
The dual.
Yes.
That's
He for sure was.
so cool.
Um,
So cool.
Okay, is that my last question about the inauguration? I think so. I was mainly...
Wait, so is Barron at university? Is he taking his suitcase on campus? Like, what's he doing for school?
If I hear the word fucking suitcase one more time, also,
I
like,
will.
the way I was blocking people that was using that sound, I couldn't deal. Barron Trump College.
You better check who you've blocked and who you're following, because all of a sudden you might just be following people you don't want to follow.
I was one of them, and let me tell you something. If there's ever a theme to this episode or this podcast in general, it is don't believe what they tell you, because Facebook has come out and said, no, that wasn't intentional. It's because they were following the old VP account and it just rolled over. But that's not what they do.
True.
That's not true.
That's archived.
It's a new account. It's a brand new account.
There's only 4 posts or whatever it is.
Right. And it says new. And if you go to the 3 dots and then go to about this, it says it was created in January 2025. Yeah. And if you were following the old VP account a week ago, you're still following that same account. It's the same account. It's
Archive.
just now renamed
Yes.
VP 46
Yeah.
Archive.
Yeah, same with Flotus, POTUS.
Same. Yeah, and POTUS. Don't let them lie to you. They
was-
forced us to follow him.
Humiliated when a friend of mine sent me a screenshot of that page and said followed by, and I was like, absolutely not. That's not me. It's a deep fake. It's not true. It's not. And I was like, holy shit, I didn't do that.
The way I woke up and was like, excuse me? 40, no, sorry, not 45, 150, about 150 people that I follow also followed that account. And I was like,
no way.
Nope, I got to start sending text messages out because not my friends.
I need to start sending messages out or unfriending.
Yeah, 100%.
Which one?
And I
Which
did.
is it?
And I would be like, excuse me, do you know that you're following Mike Pence's, I mean, not even Mike, I don't even know that dude's name. Do you know that you're following our
Listen,
vice president?
Mike Vance.
Listen, Mike Vance, go fuck yourself and your couch.
Go fuck your couch.
We should start saying that.
Fuck your couch.
Dude, go fuck your couch.
Actually, welcome to No But Seriously. On this episode of Go Fuck Your Couch.
fuck
What's
your
real?
couch.
Who are you actually following? Nothing makes sense anymore.
And I hope that if anyone that follows us and likes us ever sees him in person,
Yeah.
we don't need to do this let's go Brandon bullshit. We don't need to speak in like weird
No.
terms.
No.
I will tell that dude, hey, dude that I still don't even know your fucking name.
Yeah, Mike. You know what? He doesn't know his own name either. JD stands for like 6 different things.
Oh yeah,
He's
what
changed his
does
name,
JD stand for?
I don't know. John Dillinger.
Don
Nope.
Dillinger Pence. Go fuck your couch.
Go fuck your couch while listening to Macho Man, okay?
You're not very
Okay?
macho.
Do you feel like a macho man?
JD
You
Vance
lazy
stands
boy?
for, oh my God, it's not even anything great.
Don't Google that. You know what? Don't Google that because you don't want to put that juju into your algorithm. You don't want Google to think you care. Google doesn't need to know.
James David. Also, do you know that he's 40? You're not allowed to talk about aging like spoiled milk when JD Vance is 40.
Okay. Listen. I don't wear that much eyeliner, and I'm close to 40, but not there.
Not me.
Whatever. Listen. Listen. I also love that we just threw John Dillinger's name in there, and he was like a gangster.
Oh, is that a person?
Yeah. He was like Al Capone of the Midwest. Actually, I think Al Capone came through the Midwest. Was he in Chicago? I should really know my 1920s gangsters.
John
Dillinger was
Herbert. Oh, we're about to read the same thing, I think.
No. I was just saying he was like a murderer.
John Herbert Dillinger was an American gangster during the Great Depression. He commanded the Dillinger Gang, shout out to a king that names their gang after themselves, which was accused of robbing 24 banks and 4 police stations of what? Dillinger was imprisoned several times and escaped twice. He was charged but not convicted with the murder of East Chicago, Indiana police officer who shot him in his bulletproof vest. It was the only time he was charged with homicide.
Oh.
Someone give me a documentary. Someone give me a documentary. Oh my God, there's a whole section in his Wikipedia called Betrayal. What do you think that's about?
Betrayal. It's all those that turned on him, and no one ever heard from him again. I'm just
There's
kidding.
mentions of J. Edgar Hoover, but also Gary, Indiana. This is why you know about him so
This
well.
is why I know him. He's an Indiana boy. He's our hometown hero. But here's the thing. This shit went down in the Great Depression. History repeats itself, right? Like Luigi.
What
Anyway,
if
I'm just saying.
J.D. Vance is the reincarnation of John Harvey Dillinger? What was his name?
Herbert.
Herbert.
What a beautiful tangent.
What a
we've gone
beautiful
on.
tangent. Okay, we were talking about the inauguration and how
John
weird that
Dillinger
was.
Vance.
Also, on a very serious note,
Yeah,
guys, also,
obviously.
don't let them convince you that you didn't see what you saw.
didn't follow.
It
Yeah.
was a
Oh.
Nazi salute. And fuck that guy. And fuck that guy.
Was terrible.
And then he was
Twice.
given twice. And then he was given a whitehouse.gov email address 2 hours later. What the fuck is going on?
For Doge, yeah, we are not the toast for many reasons. We don't have toast paychecks, but also I'm not going to tell you you didn't see what you saw. You saw it. And if you think that it wasn't that, first of all, you wouldn't be this far into our episode. You would have left by now. But also, if you think that that was something else, do it.
Do it.
Do it now. Do it at work.
Do it at work. Do it in front of your boss
Record
and the
yourself
CEO of your
doing
company.
it.
Also, for anyone that's saying like, "Oh my God, you guys are taking this out of context. You didn't see the video." I saw the video. Also,
the whole
for you guys
thing.
that are saying he was just throwing his heart into the crowd. No one fucking does that. And then for the people who are saying, yeah, for the people who are saying he's just awkward with his movements and he has autism, fuck you. What an insult to autistic people.
Absolutely.
Please.
People with autism have all kinds of like incredible vast, and they're not a monolith, but there's like all kinds of neurodivergent things that can happen and manifest in different ways, and that is such an assault to all of them and their individual experiences. He sucks.
He sucks. I'm so tired. I'm so tired of people making excuses and blaming mental health or autism or anxiety over people's terrible bad behavior and racism and xenophobia and Nazi-like tendencies.
It's complete, and it's not the first Nazi-like thing he's done, but those are the same people that will also turn around and be like, "Oh, it's the woke police.
Yes.
Oh my God. Oh, it's an exception for having autism." And it's just like, what the fuck? Then that's the first thing you're going to turn around and say?
The hypocrisy is crazy.
Yeah, it's wild. Super wild. And they'll be like, "Facts don't care about your feelings." As I grab my little fidget, because now I'm feeling all kinds of ways. It's just no palm down, straight arm.
It's also the motion of the he hit his chest so hard you could hear it. Like
even if you did both arms up, like, hey, something, even if it was like palms down, like you guys over there, 2 arms would have been arguable. What the fuck did you just do?
You know what I'm actually scared about? I'm scared that all of us who are saying do it, like people are going to say, okay. And now we're going to see it everywhere. And I think that's like actually, I don't even want to say it out loud. That's terrifying.
Yeah,
we shouldn't like fucking normalize this shit. I'm not normalizing this shit. I'm mad at the news media for not calling it out what it was. I'm mad at so many people who are saying, he's just autistic. Fuck off. It was what you thought it was. It was what you thought it was. And this is who is running our country right now. It's not even Donald Trump running our country. It is Elon Musk. President Elon Musk and First Lady Donald Trump.
This is like when people are like, what did they say? They'd be like, oh, Donald Trump is actually president, but like there's 2 militaries and there's like the Let's Go Brandon military, and it's like I'm now that person that's like, well, Elon Musk is really in charge, but like Donald Trump is the face, like the beautifully sanded, perfectly orange face.
How many and like meanwhile, where is John Dillinger Vance? Like, and which of the couches has he already procreated with?
Oh man, are there cameras in the Oval Office at all times? Because there's like 4 or 5 couches I've seen in there.
You know what we should do? We've been spending so much time talking to Andy Cohen about what he should do with his production staff.
Yep.
We should put a live stream in the White House.
Let's live stream the White House.
I'm sure it would probably be national security, maybe not every room in the White House, but we should follow JD Vance at all times because he can't possibly be doing serious things.
Yeah, no, Air Force 2 is permanently grounded. He's not doing much. The first time I saw him in weeks. Actually, I didn't see him between Election Day and Inauguration Day. Have you? No, it was great. It was really good.
Okay, that's the end of my rant. I'm sorry I got very intense.
No, I think an hour and 3 minutes discussing our disgust with the American political system is perfect.
Okay, no, but seriously. Okay, fuck, I didn't even mean to do that. Okay.
I see, but that's why it's so good.
I don't know what to say if I can't say okay, but I do want to say okay one more time. Okay. I've not read these. Um,
Okay.
so there was one that I was like, wait a minute though. One of these is crazy. Seems crazy. Oh, okay. It's very short and sweet. Again, haven't read it, but it reminded me of what I was talking about earlier about signing that person up for for
Yeah.
Scientology emails.
Okay.
So this is called "Am I the asshole for sending Jehovah's Witnesses to my ex's house?" My ex,
No.
my ex, 26 male, cheated on me 3 times. Tried to guilt trip me, which failed miserably, into giving him a big portion of my savings, and threatened to unalive himself, when I broke
Oh,
up with him. So I sent Jehovah's Witnesses to his house every week for like 6 months. I believe he has posted about it on here as well to try to get rid of them, but they kept showing up. P.S. He never actually hurt himself, for those that might be wondering. That's it. It doesn't even end with, so am I the asshole? Like, I don't even think they care.
they don't care. They needed to get that off their chest.
Question. How does one send Jehovah's Witnesses to someone else's house?
You can't. So, this is really funny, actually. My mom, I feel so bad telling this. She doesn't listen. It's fine.
She does listen.
I'll warn her. Does she? Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, because she told us we need to stop. She told us we need to be more serious.
Yeah, she's like,
Be
you
more
two
adult.
intelligent women, like, dig deeper. Okay.
Do better.
She did. She was like, do better. You have a platform. You tell that listener.
Two of them.
2 listeners. So she is a strong woman of
Color?
spirituality. I wouldn't call if I had if my mom was a woman of color, let me tell you. First of all, I wouldn't be cracking like this. Okay. Here's the
I'd be cracking. Pistachios, call us.
do be cracking. So she's a spiritual woman. She's not a woman of like faith. So she was raised in the church, and so she found it more interesting or fun to ask these women that had come to her door questions in return. And somehow she developed a friendship, and she still communicates. I don't know if they're pen pals, they write letters, postcards, they leave notes at like a PO box. I don't know.
I get letters
She's
from
still,
Jehovah's Witnesses. They don't
do
come by,
you?
but I get letters from them, handwritten letters.
Yes, they I think that they have handwritten stuff to each other, and they keep in contact. And this has been like a couple years, and I don't know that they have much of anything in common, I'll be honest. But I have learned from this that you can, I don't know if it's like you nominate, but you can say like, I think that this person needs to hear the word. Like, I think this person needs your message today or whatever.
And they go to their house?
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah, you can. I don't think it's like a referral system, like refer 5 friends and get a toaster oven. But I do think that you can say, like, so and so has talked to me about this and they need to hear.
Do
what
the
you
Mormons
have
do
to
that?
say. Probably. I think it's a pretty heavily referral based system.
That's how I think I know Scientology is a cult, because they don't go door to door. They want you to come to them. They pull you in, and then
Yeah.
they trap you there.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, let's do some comments, because we do have to
Okay.
do comments.
Yeah, I gotta know what other people said.
Um,
No.
none of it is long. This is going to be the quickest Am I the Asshole you'll have ever heard.
Of all time.
Top comment. That is the most wholesome revenge ever. Not the asshole. Someone else said, I don't know if you know this, but if you go to the Jehovah's Witnesses website, you can sign up for things to get sent in the mail for them to stop by. Wow.
Oh
You were
my
right.
gosh.
Someone else says, not the asshole sounds like he needed Jesus or whoever they pray to. You helped him. Someone else said, I didn't know this was an option. Those pests are annoying as hell. And LMAO. And then someone responded to that and said, tell them you practice witchcraft. They haven't been back to my house in 10 years.
Oh, that's pretty good, actually.
Everyone also is saying the same thing. Like, you're the asshole, but it's hilarious. Someone says, don't stop with the Jehovah's Witnesses. Go to your local Baptist church and sign them up as a potential new congregant. then do the Methodists, then the Lutherans, then the Presbyterians.
I love that they have like a ranking order. But I really also I need to know what state you live in, because a Baptist church in New Jersey, a Baptist church in Colorado. If
Nope,
they
this
have
person is one of our old neighbors. They are definitely in Tennessee.
Okay,
Same
then
city,
that's
all of those churches on a single corner.
What? That's right. You can't swing your purse without him. I get it. I get it. But I've been to Baptist churches, and there's also a difference between like a white Baptist. Okay. Anyway, I digress.
Well, after I went to that service at that cult, I did walk, well, maybe drive right around the corner to the Baptist church for sure, because I needed to get a little bit of Jesus in, because I was like, this ain't it, and I need my God to know that I was just there for research.
Sorry about that. Just kidding. Just kidding. I don't know what that was. Sorry. I don't know what you thought you saw, but it wasn't that. That was a Roman salute. This whole. Sorry about that.
On that note, I'm in a bad mood again, so goodbye. Fuck a Roman salute.
Goodbye.
No one even
Who
knew what a
says
Roman
that?
salute was 4 days ago.
No.
Don't
'Cause
let
it's not
them
that.
convince you that it was a Roman salute.
Ever.
They don't even know what that means.
No.
Also,
They don't.
guys, I will leave you with this piece of information. Callahan's mom, I want you to know that we are being serious now. Finally, I've come into my own. Hey, guys, it is time for my annual message to let everyone know that the IRS will not call you and they will not text you. Do not let yourself get scammed. In fact,
No.
they won't reach out to you at all. They might send you a letter, and they might send a cop to your house. Other than that, you need to reach out to them. Don't let yourself be scammed this holiday tax season. They will not call you or text you.
No, they won't. And if they do send a cop to your house, remember that you do not have to open the door.
Nope.
And unless they present a search warrant, which there will be multiple pages, so make sure you also see that it has been signed, you don't have to open the door.
I'm not opening the doors. Don't open the doors after dark to anyone. To anyone. Even if especially if they say they're a cop, but like to anyone. They can come at 9 o'clock in the morning if they need to talk to me during
but
business
seriously,
hours.
Yeah. This is top peak crime fighting hours. Like, you need to be out there getting the bad guys.
Right. What are you worried about me at 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock at night?
Love
Someone
Island.
just got robbed for sure.
Outta here.
Go deal with
For
them.
sure.
Talk to me
If
during
not-
business hours.
Wait 5 minutes, because it's going to happen. Okay? Just get the fuck out of my... No, get out of my face. I get
Thank
it.
you for coming to this rage-filled
coming.
episode.
Thank you.
I can't tell you. The next 4 years might be rage-filled, or maybe we'll just be so delusional and pretend like it's not happening, and we'll talk about everything else but
Yeah.
the world crumbling. We'll
Yeah.
see. It'll be
Yeah.
a game time decision.
But it's too raw right now, and we need to be real. We always promised we were going to be as like transparent as we were willing to be, and we're more and more willing as time goes on. And I think that we're going to align ourselves with, especially now, with the people that share our values or our viewpoints, and help us learn and grow and stretch. I would like to do that, so I want to challenge myself in that way. And so we're starting that out on this foot, and whoever is going to be on that journey with us, welcome. Come
Welcome.
along. Yeah, so thanks for joining us. And between episodes, when you have a hankering, make sure you follow us on social media. You can find us on TikTok and Instagram at no.bs.pod.
And on YouTube Shorts. We started YouTube Shorts when TikTok was down for 12 hours. And if TikTok continues to be Uncanny Valley, you can still find us there. And maybe one day you'll find us on whatever's next.
Yeah. Tumblr 2.0. We will add you to our top 8 on MySpace version 7.
Yeah.
If you are among our first followers, so make sure you follow along.
And if you're a time traveler, you might sign up with us on LiveJournal or Zanga.
Oh my God, too much. You're amazing. We'll see you next week.
Bye. Guys.